Bonjour! So we are back in the Sunset Valley and we are up in the sky like that because so it's going to be a bit of a different makeover. I'm hoping it's going to be a makeover. So what happened is that I'm almost done with all the lots here, and I was going to do the Science Center here. So it's a huge lot, it's 64 by 64. And then I started doing the tour, and I can zoom in on it. And I was like, there is no way I can do a building similar to this one without CC. I mean, just the pipes. So I can use columns for these. It is not going to look as good, for sure. I'm thinking of doing maybe something a bit similar there. I did do a tour, but nothing major happened. Just I realized that, well, I don't have the skylights like that, so I can have pretend ones, as I've done on other lots. I was thinking that I'm going to actually do a combo here, but of 2 rabbit holes. Because same thing, I don't know, I think it's a fishing spot. I don't know that I wanted to keep it as a fishing spot. It's a bit weird. There are a few lots I did a while ago, and the first renovations I did, where I'm not that happy with the results. And one of them is the hospital and fire station combo. The main reason I'm not so happy with it is I'm thinking that there's one big lag waiting to happen, because it's in the middle of other lots that are pretty full of items. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move the hospital here and have the hospital and science center on the same lot, and maybe take inspiration of the building there. I guess I can do something, but I can try to do an entrance somewhat. Oh, if there are items there, it's because I've started already. Oh, also, it's a residential lot right now. Because I was thinking that we could use items. These are items you get from lifetime rewards. You know, you get points and you can get those items. And these looked so modern, and I thought they would fit very nicely with the Science Center. They can be used for experimenting. Why not? That's why it's a residential lot right now, but it used to be a community lot, and it's just that it's a huge lot. So the idea would be to have, let's take that building as reference. So let's say that there is another wing over there, and so that other wing would be the hospital, and this is the main hall with access to the 2 wings. And this wing here would be the Science Center. I think I'm going to go that way. I'm not sure I'm going to use the back of the lot. And then here, I'll remove the lot and instead do a let's build, because I don't think there is another fire station. Might be one very, very similar to the other one. I might do a modern one, since it's across the street from the art gallery, and also there are those buildings there. So I might do a modern fire station. Well, this one not a renovation. This one I'm going to try and have it a bit still makeover, taking inspiration from the original build. Let's go with that. Since the lot is so big, and also it's a bit on the outskirts, so can put quite a few items there, and it's not going to be bothering the gameplay when you're elsewhere in town. So that's going to be the introduction for that renovation. Is it going to be a renovation though? I'm not sure. So another thing that is pretty not cool is that the Sims cannot go there. It's just set dressing. I could do without, and I cannot place a lot in there because it's unreliable terrain. I'm going to do that here, that lot before, because that way I know that I have the hospital there before I bulldoze that lot and build the fire station. So I'm going to use, of course, rabbit hole rugs. I'll link them in the description box below. And what else? I'll try to do without the store windows, because I'm pretty sure there are store windows. It's just that it doesn't have the icon. So this one, I think, comes with the same. Yeah, I think it comes also with Lucky Palms, but this one doesn't have the icon. So that's why I'm wondering if it also came with a patch, but I don't know. This is my plan. I'm going to study the building a bit more, see what I can pick up from it, and still have it as a renovation, somewhat. But yeah, hospital and science center, both on that lot here. So the first thing to go was the pond, mostly because, well, it didn't need another one. There are a few in town, and it's also something that didn't really make sense to me, because the fishing lessons are taken at the grocery store, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't really get why it was labeled as a fishing spot, but well, anyway, so at first it looks kind of blocky, the building, but it gets better, I promise. I'm having a bit of a... Oh shoot, did I really start like that? Yeah, I did. So I made fake windows, you know, on the side, so that I was trying to recreate the overall look of the rabbit hole building. That's why the building is in the back, like that. And I did end up using the small square windows. Not there. A bit later, I was doing the big hall, the entry hall, and they looked perfect for that big hallway there. And so yeah, I placed them there. That's the only place I've put them, so they are not mandatory. I mean, they can be removed. Well, if you don't have them, it's not a big loss for the building. I mean, the building will be still standing. It's just that I didn't have the big thingy to put above the entry door, so I needed the windows. I didn't have the big pipes for the back of the building. So yeah, I really needed those windows. So yeah, I tried to find something to replace those wheels above that sculpture above the entrance. But I think might not even have footage of that. But at the end, I ended up using a sculpture from it might be from the Bite-A-Bug catalog, from Ambitions. So yeah, since I was lacking decor items, and it's a big building that needs to have more intricate details, I use construct floor elevation again to have different levels for the roof, but also skylights, so roof windows. So of course pre-turn ones, but yeah, I cannot do better. Sorry, I don't have the items. So a bit later, I use the same design as a callback to the original building, to have a greenhouse corner, because there is the option to attend gardening lessons in the rabbit hole. So I made a greenhouse corner in the back, since there is that large space in the back, and I tried to reuse that detail so that there would be a matching component to the original building, you know. That's what I'm doing there at first. I'm trying to copy bits of the original building so that it's somewhat recognizable there, because again, I don't have everything. So I'm choosing a few key details to recreate. Well, mostly the ones I feel I can recreate. So here, doing the entrance hallway, and just the idea of it, it's going to be smaller than that at the end because I haven't done the layout yet. So after tackling the layout, it's going to be smaller. So the layout, depending on where we are in the building, in what wing we are, there might be up to 3 to 4 floors. Yeah, it depends where we are, but there is only one floor playable. So I've put level skip markers in the higher floors. Also, some of them are actually not exactly freeze levels, but split levels. It's too small to be played in. Too low to have SIMS there. They're just pretend floors to have different levels, and so that the whole building looks a bit more dynamic. I don't know, less like a straight line, So I went off script with, well, I didn't have a script for the hospital, so it took me a bit to build the whole wing. So as I've said, just one floor playable, that the first floor, and the main hall in the middle with a few rooms in the back, and then there is the science facility wing and the hospital wing on the other side. And so here building the hospital wing, and I'm doing the roof where I've put, so on the rooftop there is an elevator. I think it seems it's usable, so they can use it, but there is nothing to do that. And also the level just under the floor, just under the rooftop, is also reachable through elevator, and the staircase leads there too. It's just that there is nothing there, and it's not even, I don't think I haven't even put a light there. I don't know. I don't remember, because I've decorated the outside so that the fake windows have a light, so that we can pretend that they are not fake windows, but real windows. So yeah, I did a helipad because I'd done one also on the other hospital. I think there is one on the rabbit hole building. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think to remember there is one. That's why I did one also there. Then adjusting the building so that some details. So here I wanted a slanted wall there because there is one on the rabbit hole building, so I did one there, and also on the other side, so that it looks a bit more like that, like the original rabbit hole building there. And then also adjusted the emergency room entrance. So what I did for the hospital is have so there is the main hall is the entrance to both wings, and then for the hospital there is the back entrance where so there are 2 roads on each side. There is 1 road on each side of the building, and the one on the hospital side, it leads to the emergency room. So I'm pretending that the ambulances go there to deliver the patients to the hospital now. And the sign I've used, I was hesitating a bit, but I've used the same sign, I think, that I'd used. It looks a bit like the hospital sign. I don't have Into the Future. I know there is one sign there that is, I think I know there is one. Or do I get confused with the Sims 4? I think there is one that looks perfect for a hospital, but it might be a Sims 4 one, and I'm getting them all mixed up. But yeah, so this one looked great, so I put it there. And then, so the layout for the hospital, mostly, well, there are a lot of rooms. I think, no, yeah, I've furnished almost all of them. There is one where, so I don't keep that sign, I use it elsewhere, not in that building, in another building, in another build I'm going to do later. But yeah, the plumb bob thingy as a sign above a door I really liked. But that's not the one I'm using. So the layout, there is a room there that I didn't know what to do with it, because it could have been a bathroom. It's near the GP's office, well, the main doctor's office, yeah, right next to it, and it's rather big, and there is not really windows there. There are fake windows there, so it could be an examination room. Oh, you can see it on the right side. It was on the right side. So yeah, could be an examination room, but at first I had in mind that it could be the doctor's private bathroom, but it's big, and so I didn't know what to do with it, so I ended up putting a hidden room marker there, and that's a room that can be used for something. There is the door leading to it is in the doctor's office, but that can be changed easily. So here, doing the front desk area, and behind it I did a nurse station. Near the nurse station now, sorry, losing my voice, oops, not a good idea, please. Okay, and then near the nurse station there are two bedrooms. So I did the same thing, I think, that I had done in the first hospital I did. That is that I'm pretending that there are more bedrooms upstairs, but the two I would play with is one for a pregnant SIM, and the other one is for patients, and it's decorated for children, but it can be for other SIMs, of course. And so there are two beds in one, and in the other one there is a bed and a crib. And then the main doctor's office is there. I've used that table. I wanted really very much to use it, but it's not easy because it's a dining table. I wanted to use it as a desk, and it's a table from Diesel, so the Diesel stuff packs needed. I think almost all of the ones I've got are needed there, except maybe the movie stuff pack. Ooh, I might not have used anything from the decades one, the 70s, 80s, 90s one. I don't think I've used anything from there. Oh yes, I have. The plant. I've used the plant, the one with a square box, like that you can see near the elevator of that. And I kept changing that corridor there because it's one that exists on the original building, and I really wanted to have the same vibe there, but I couldn't find paintings to really have that same vibe. And so at the end I put Pets one, the one where it's landscape, a black and white landscape, and the second swatch is, I think it's a close-up on the cactus, maybe, not sure what it represents, but yeah. So here, doing the rooms that are in the back of the main building, and these are examination rooms, specialized one, I don't know. I had done the same, they look a bit like operating rooms, and I'm pretending one is a kind of an X-ray one, and also did a small cafeteria there, and again, that's where I'm a bit regretting not building with CC, because I missed the clutter for everything food related. There's not much, so I keep using the same items again and again. So here, doing the science center part, the wing of the science facility, and that room here is for the diving lessons. I'm pretending it's for the diving lessons because they can. I didn't notice that before, but yeah, they can take diving lessons at the science center. That is a bit strange, but yeah. So I've put a pool. At first, I think I made the light inside the pool green, but then I went back to deep blue because it was weird to have that there. And that also, so we didn't really see them, but there is that 2 other rooms there, well 3 if I'm counting. So there is here I'm doing the greenhouse corner and 3 greenhouses, and since they can take gardening lessons, I thought it was a place to have these. And inside I've tried to put all the different plants. So one of the greenhouse is for regular ones. The second one is for supernatural and let's say weird ones, like the omni plant and the money tree, stuff like that. And the last one is for trees. So fruit trees. So now tad different the layout inside, but they all have a pathway in the middle. And so going back to the science facility part, I did a invention room because they can take invention lessons. That's from here. That big machine is from University Life. And you can get it with a mod because it's a hidden item, so it's there in the game, but you cannot access it if you don't have the mod. So yeah, that's another thing I've added in the science center part. Okay, I'll explain a bit more during the tour when we get there. I'll tell you more about it when we get to the overview part of the lot. So overview, let's start with the back here. So this is a big machine from University Life. There are 3 different things to do there. I've never used it, so I'm not sure exactly how to use it, but I think it looks good there. And then the 3 different greenhouses. So this one with the regular plants, well, those that look like regular plants, and this one is more for weird ones, like supernatural ones, and the money tree extra. And then this one is for trees, fruit trees. Then back to the main building. So let's start with the main hall here, where there is the rabbit hole rug for the science career, but also 2 take greeting cards, gardening class, logic class. So there are a few chessboards here and there. The scuba diving class, there is the swimming pool. This is the inventing class section, the ghost center profession, I'm thinking this room. And then attend science class, I think a bit everywhere. There is a whiteboard there, extra. So there are a few items to use for that career. It can be played with open career. Toilets there, that room that can be a monitoring room for the diving lesson, for instance. This is a pretend staircase to lead upstairs, not a real one, though, so not reachable. And then there is the decontaminating room, going to call it that. And then next to it there is the lab, where I've put a few ghosts spirit thingy, things from Ambition, so it can release a ghost, apparently. I've never done that. So then that door leads to the inventing area over there, where I put the 2 work tables. And then there is access here, a garage door to that machine here. I had put stairs there, but the machine is blocking the way, so I've removed them. And so it should be accessible. I haven't played it that part, but it should be accessible through the garage door there, hopefully. So then that door leads to the kitchen, a small kitchen there, a door leading to the cafeteria, where there are 2 machines that replicate what's in the fridge, if I understood that well. Again, never used them before, so not sure. And then that door, the corridor here, leads to the hospital wing and the main bathroom with things for children, for small kids. And there is a pretend changing table that can be switched to the one from the store if you have it. Then here, the 2 examination room, operating rooms. That's the monitoring room, I guess, this one. And then there are 2 items there, and a few computers and hidden chessboard also. So this one, I think you can, it's changing the SIMS body or something. Again, never used it. It's a reward from the lifetime rewards, but it's a bit futuristic looking. The second room there is the one with the brain enhancing, I think that's the machine there. Again, I'm not sure I've used it, maybe a while ago. So then there is a door here leading outside to the yard, and then here the waiting room for the hospital with the rabbit hole rug. There are way less options there. But again, I've tried to put items so that ultimate career again can be played there. So there is a staircase here and the elevator just next to it. Oh, I forgot to show that room. It's a laundry room. It's very small. So there is a washing machine there and a dryer. So then there is the elevator there. Again, leads upstairs, but there is nothing there. Well, there is a rooftop here. And the helipad, pretend helipad, I don't have an helicopter. So then back downstairs, there is a first bedroom here with an attached bathroom there, rather large, and then a similar room but with a crib and an attached bathroom too, and a pretend changing table again that can be changed with the other one. Then the nurse station there, the nurse office with a few things to do. There is a coffee machine there. And finally, the GP's office here with a few things to do there too, or to try to pretend they are doing something. And this one is the room where I didn't know what to do anymore. So almost a bathroom, but yeah, I put a hidden room marker there. Okay then, since it's actually accessible even though I've put little skin marker there, just show you the roof. So there is that door here, and both the elevator and the staircase leads to that terrace area here. I haven't put anything there. And then the rooftop, so the elevator there and the helipad over there. And that's it for that building. And not too soon, I'm losing my voice again. I almost did 2 episodes because I had so much footage, but I ended up editing out quite a lot of things because yeah, I wanted to have this one in one episode, even a long one. That way I'm almost done. I still have one rabbit hole building to go and a few builds to do, and then the town is almost done. So next video should be a check-in video actually. We'll see if I can squeeze it in the same weekend. If it's not tomorrow, it will be next week. I'll see you then. À bientôt.